Hey everybody, how's it going? Huh? It's Saturday, October 27th, 2012. Yes, indeedy doody. Welcome to Psycho's Platters and a CD, episode 7. Um, it's more signed albums. I might as well just keep going until I have nothing else to show on that portion. I'll get to other albums that are not signed another time, if that's okay. Maybe down the line soon. But I just wanted to tell you more stories about some things. Let's see here. Before we get all started, we have our maybe sponsor, non-sponsorship, Dunkin' Donuts. It's worth the trip. Yeah, if we had them in Arkansas. Okay, coffee in my blood. That's what it is, kids. That's what it is. Okay, so we start off with back in 2009, one of my favorite 70s Southern boogie bands came here. They're from this state. They are. Black Oak, Arkansas. Yeah! The 1973 Raunch and Roll album, signed on the front by Jim Dandy to the rescue! Okay. DJ copy, by the way. Here's your fold out. Kind of cool if you think about it. Guitar player Ricky Lee Reynolds signed the inside of this thing. Really, really nice. On the Atco label. I love this label. I do. The 60s one was cool. The Zeppelin albums. Well, not Zeppelin. That was Atlantic. I'm sorry. But you know what I'm talking about, though. The 60s one was a little different. I like the 70s one, okay? But here's the thing. Even though I met him in 2009, these particular signatures were written a little bit before that. Ricky sent me a letter because I bought a t-shirt from him, which, by the way, go to Black Oak, Arkansas on Facebook, please, if you really like this band. But it says here, Paul, hope you're out. Here's your albums that are signed and your double X t-shirt autographs. Hope you are doing okay and have a great holiday season. Keep the faith. From the guys in Black Oak, Arkansas, signed Ricky Lee Reynolds. Yeah, that's right. Why not? You don't get to see one of your favorite 70s guitar players. Let's go from that, too. How about something a little goofy, but something I really, really like? If it wasn't for one of my best friends, Mary, telling me about this guy, Wes Harrison. This guy's still alive. He's really funny. He is Mr. Sound Effects. I'm not kidding you on this. And he's signed every album and cassette and CDs. Go check him out on YouTube. You will not be disappointed. Go to his website. He has his own website. He's got to be like at least 80 years old by now. He still does shows on occasion. What this man can do with his mouth, this doesn't sound right, and 2 Shure brand microphones. You'll be amazed. This is amusing stuff. Okay, I want to throw out another little story here. We talked about in the last episode about how research your lineups. Remember I told you about the Donnie Baldwin story with Eddie Money? Okay. Well, here's another one. In 2005, I went off and I saw Davy Jones do a solo show. You know him from the Monkees, the one that unfortunately died in February. Rest in peace, Davy. I miss you, damn it. I do. Point being is I went online and took a look at his backup band. Nobody really fantastic until I took a look and I saw playing the bass was Mark Clark, and I'm going, Mark Clark. Where does that name sound familiar from? Now, of course, just recently I found out that he was the bass player for the Monkees tour in at least the 86, 87 tour for them. But before that, he got his start way back in the early 70s with a band called Coliseum. I don't know if many of you people remember that band. They didn't do too well over here in America. There was Coliseum and Coliseum 2, but he was in Coliseum. Jumped to Uriah Heep, Love that band. For one album, I want to say it's Magician's Birthday. I could be wrong. It could be Demons and Wizards. I don't have it in front of me right off the bat, but he's only on part of that album. And then he ended up in late 74, early 75 roughly. He joined what was, well, a 70s supergroup of sorts. Natural Gas. Now, I know most of you people are going, well, wait a minute. What the hell is natural gas? In Rock and Roll Jeopardy, the question would be, what band did Mark Clark from Uriah Heep, Coliseum, and Rainbow join with Joey Milan from Badfinger, Peter Wood from Quiver, and I think he worked with Al Stewart too, and Jerry Shirley from Humble Pie? Natural Gas, which, by the way, signed in silver Sharpie by Mark Clark, because I found it the week before at a book sale. Gatefold, kind of strange looking gatefold. Back cover, kind of silly looking. Now, this particular album, by the way, is on the private stock label, which Frankie Valli had some self-interest in, and the label wasn't around very long. See? Beautiful shape on an upside-down private stock. Now, while I'm fixing this up here, let me tell you a little story about this. There's a really good Badfinger book out there called Day After Day, and I found out about this particular album almost by pure accident. They originally made 50,000 copies of this album. Okay? First pressing was 50,000 copies. Well, I'm not entirely sure. I cannot remember. It's either through management contacts or because of Jerry Shirley, drummer of Humble Pie, which also was Pete Frampton's band. They were doing the Frampton Comes Alive tour. Natural Gas ended up being the opening band for a majority of that tour. So because of that, they actually sold all 50,000 copies of this Natural Gas album. This thing should have been a hit. It was one of those things, once again, label politics mixed with, and get this, okay? So the 50,000 copies sell. They go to run a second pressing, and I think they demand between 50 and 100,000. They crank out more. Here's the kicker. There was a, I don't know what you want to call this, a pressing plant error or something else. Needless to say, when you tried to play them, it didn't sound right. They mostly got destroyed and sent back. So basically, there's really only 50,000 copies of this thing. When Mark Clark saw this, and he has hair, by the way, in this picture. He's bald now, but you're okay, Mark. You're a talented bass player. He looked at me and said, "Oh my God, where did you get this?" Because at that time, he didn't have a copy. Go look for it. I would have told you up till 2011 it wasn't available on CD. Guess what it is? It is now, finally. We jump from that to Survivor, one of my favorite Chicago bands, with Jim Peterick, former member and current member, actually, of Ides of March. I gotta tell you, it was this album here, 1977, Scotti Brothers, okay? How about that, huh? That's kind of funny in its own sense. This is a promo copy, too, by the way. This one here, Somewhere in America. Love that track, okay? Let's see, what else on here? 2020 is pretty good. Whatever It Takes. But basically, out of everybody that was in this, Frankie Sullivan, and if I remember correctly, yeah, I think that's it, because if I remember correctly, the drummer, who still is with Survivor, he's not on this one. He's on the next one. But 1977 on Scotti Brothers. Look for that one. Let's see what else here. How about this? Once again, you never know what you're going to find at a garage sale. Okay? How about I show you Sonny James autographed for $1? Huh? How about that? You know, he's passed too. He's another one. I think he died in the early O's. But I also heard he was a really nice signer. That's what I heard. This one, of course, well, look at him here. This, if I remember correctly, was with on the Nashville Now show or Crook and Chase. I can't remember exactly. It looks like I can't remember his dang name. Of course, this one, mid-1970s on CBS. Sonny James. He played our high school at well, the one that I lived at for over a dozen years, Harvard High School. He actually played there back in the 80s. Go figure on that bit. All right, guess what? I got a lot more to show you on this one. So we're going to quickly do an episode 8 to continue on the signed albums things. I'll see you in a few minutes. I got some more goodies.